The best thing that they got right with this phone is pretty much everything. I think Samsung knocked this one out of the park, and a lot of people probably won't buy this phone because of the price. And that's unfortunate because this phone has a lot to offer, and when reviewing something like this, you have to take in consideration the majority. And if I can quickly recommend a phone like this for $399 when it was on sale, or the A71, or just all these different devices that I do tell you guys about, I should be honest and tell you guys don't buy this phone. As much as I like it, that doesn't mean that you have to buy it. A lot of you guys have expressed how you hate the price. That's pretty much, you hate the price, and you've fallen victim to social media when they tell you, oh, it's not real glass and things like that, and the back and forths. I just avoid it altogether, and I feel like Samsung as a whole created a fantastic product. Now, this is obviously not for everyone. I feel some type of way though about how I handled the first fold, the first Galaxy Fold. Folding device that they brought out was the Galaxy Fold, and this is the Z Flip, obviously. But the first, device that I dealt with, I didn't really like it too much. I thought it was too bulky and too heavy, but it was overall a good phone. This, on the other hand, they've corrected themselves. They've pretty much given you everything you want. You can sit it down like this. You can use it all these different types of ways. So in this video, I just want to discuss, my thoughts on this device as a whole. So the first thing I would tell you is, there are plenty of other options from Samsung that are $200-300. The A51 is probably, or the A71 is probably the top things the devices that I would recommend from Samsung at the moment. I don't recommend that you run out and buy this phone, and I don't recommend that you follow reviewers like that. I think if you buy this phone, make sure you're buying it because you want it and it's going to fit your lifestyle. I bought this because I felt like it fit my lifestyle compared to the first Fold that I had. And that's about where I'm at with it, man. So, battery life, fantastic, man. Easily pulled down 6.5, 7 hours of screen on time, which I wasn't expecting that. But when I first got the phone, the battery was shaky on the first day. I got like 5 hours, but after that, it was on, 6.5, 7. So it worked out fantastic for the battery. Now the cameras is something that I tested on this phone just like any other phone. They're good cameras. I mean, they're right in line with the S10 and probably in line with the S20 also. That's subjective though, so you take that for what you will. But just this form factor and using a phone like this is so nice. The multitasking on here, where you can put 2 or 3 things or 2 things on the display at once. You swipe over right here, and I can put YouTube here, and then I can put Twitter down there, and then I have pretty much I can split it like that, or I can just leave it the way it was, and then I can have 2 things going at once. I think this is fantastic. I think Samsung did a number by giving this option as a multitask for this phone. It's really impressive. So the body of the device is super fragile. This is glass, obviously, so it's going to be very fragile. If you drop it once or twice, depending on where you drop it, you could crack the whole thing. Now, going back to the screen is actually really beautiful, man. I don't notice that it's 1080p. I just see a beautiful, beautiful display. And with that being said, some of you guys are still going to be on the fence about buying a phone for $1,400 that has a 1080p AMOLED display. And I agree with you. I wouldn't recommend that. Ultimately, if you're watching this video, you're either interested in buying this phone or you came here to critique this phone. You'll make up your mind of which one of these people you are. You're here because you bought it and you're looking for other people's opinions. You're here because you're thinking about buying it. You're here because you would never buy something like this, but you're just here to complain about the price and all the things it doesn't have. And then you get those people that are scattered about who just truly are interested in all forms of tech, and they've probably never seen this before. Every time I pull this phone out, though, boom, it gets immediate attention, man. I mean, people flock to it, and that's just the way it's going to be. Performance is right in line with any other device. It's going to perform well because it has a Snapdragon 855 Plus, and I think that's something that you should take note of. Now, it's not outperforming anything though. Just keep that in mind when you're thinking about buying something like this. You're buying this because you want to be a part of a select few people who actually have a folding device and you're interested in the forward progress of technology. That's probably why you're why you're looking at this. But other than that, folks, you can grab any other. When I lay this open, it's just another Samsung device. But I like this device. I think being able to fold the device up is super compact. And I think that's what drew me to this phone over the S20. Some of you guys asked me, am I going to review the S20? And I told you guys, if in fact I do review the S20, it's going to be the lowest price one, the one that's $1,000, and then I'm going to have to do a trade-in so I can get like 600 off or something like that, or 200 off at least. I got to do something. That's just the way it's going to have to be, because if I'm buying all this stuff, I got to find out a way to make it work so I can stay within the black and not go into the red. So this phone overall is a niche product. Even though it's a second folding phone from Samsung, is it worth $1,400? Of course not. I'm using phones that cost $400 and $300 and $200 and $1,000. There's the Pixel 4 over there, Pixel 4 XL, and the Pixel 4 I just showed you. But I've got a lot of phones. I've got iPhones. I've got everything that costs a lot of money. You don't have to do that though. Don't be influenced by influencers to spend your money. And I'm in that. I may not be like a big time influencer, but I've influenced people in some kind of way. And I appreciate the people that support this channel when I do bring in very expensive phones like this. Some people go over the top a little bit saying, oh, I would never, no phone's worth that. But, I respect your opinion. I say, though, from the beginning, though, this is the most eclectic phone that they've offered. And if I do review the S20, the only thing that's probably going to wow me are the cameras. I don't think it's going to be any speedier because of 5G. So I don't think it's going to happen. Which is why I jumped on this one first. So, I'm looking to focus more on budget devices, if anything, which is why I try to get you guys the best deal. This is a very expensive piece of hardware. It's very fragile. And I just say that you think it through whether you want to buy this or not. And, if you want to follow the crowd and, stay on the bandwagon of all the bad things about it, you're missing out on a great piece of tech. I like this phone so much. It's your man Jay. The overview, the overlook, the look at the phone that's one of the hottest right now. There's no denying this phone is fire and people want it. Sold out at launch probably because they didn't make a lot of them, but the point is it did well. And it's probably still doing well at the recording of this video. So it's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed. That's how I feel about the Galaxy Z Flip. I think it's a fantastic device. And if you think it's worth it, or if you're asking me if I think it's worth it, financially for me, it's worth it because I didn't, after all the money that I put together to get the phone, I ended up paying less than right under $1,000. So for me, when I compare that next to some of the other higher price flagships that Samsung offers, this is their best offering in my personal opinion because I got such a big discount. Now, you're probably saying, Jay, well, you just said you can buy the S20 and trade in your Pixel 4 or 4 XL and get 600 off, or trade in one of your iPhones and get 600. I could do that. But do I think that it's going to wow me like this phone? Probably not. So it's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed discussion and look at the Galaxy Z Flip. It's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Back to my budget reviews. I don't want to break this thing.